A good merry morrow to you. Hello. Greetings and salutations. Folks, there's a huge victim mentality floating around. And you know where it's coming from. You know, there's a certain tribe of people that want to be just bullhorn little victims. Just, you can't criticize or say anything. So, a lot of the things out there at the moment, all the rhetoric and the agendas, they come from one place, Georgia Guidestones. Okay, so these people jump on bandwagons. The people that feed into these agendas and stuff, they jump on bandwagons and they say they believe in things, but they don't know what they're even talking about. So 1 minute we're all inclusive and we're the tolerant, and then next minute they're calling for heads and they're looking to take people's jobs. The people that own the politicians of the world, you know, it's Georgia Guidestones people. But these cowards hide in the shadows. Nobody knows who these people are. I have a fair idea of the tribe, but it's not. This tribe hides behind another tribe, and just to escape responsibility. You know, so America elected something straight out of a George A. Romero movie as president. You know, just a walking, brainless zombie who's been in politics for maybe 50 years, who's just pushed hate and division and never really done anything, you know. Anytime I see him, it's just, they're coming to get you, Barbara. You know, they call the American president POTUS. Doesn't that sound like a parasite? You know, a Latin term for parasite, you know. Politics, poly, in Latin means many. And ticks is, it's just a bloodsucker. So you have politics, many bloodsuckers. So why are people like championing, they're championing these bloodsuckers who are against your family unit? The nuclear family has completely disintegrated because sin and degeneracy has been dangled in front of them like a carrot on a stick. You want it, you want it, you want it, you want it. And these donkeys just keep running and fall straight over a cliff and they go straight into hell. You know, just, so Biden tweets out, today I issued a presidential memorandum to protect and expand access to women's health care, reproductive health care. He says, I am fully committed to protecting women's health at home and abroad. So some freak who's just a pawn, just a victim of the agendas being pushed, who goes out thinking, yes, you know, I'm empowered. You know, no, your power has been taken. We're in the upside down. Welcome to Clown Town. Wanna be great to go clown town. So this freak replies to Biden on Twitter, Hi, President Biden. Thank you so much for doing this. I'm wondering if you could adjust your wording from women's health care to health care for people who get pregnant and bleed. I am a trans woman. Really? But don't need these services. Thank you for your work. They're calling women that breastfeed lactating persons or whatever the fuck. Listen, right? Words have meaning, okay? There's a meaning, okay? The word woman contains the word man because man fits into woman, and man and woman together connecting create children. People out there have bought into this left-right paradigm of absolute idiot lying politicians. They're all labelists. I'm a liberal. I'm a conservative. Right. You as a person are multi-layered. You're like an onion. Okay? You have certain ideas over here. Then you have certain ideas over here. And then you have certain ideas over here. You have blah, 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 blah. You're a multi-layered individual. You're an individual. Okay? So why don't you use this instead of, just talking shit, letting somebody plant a seed in your head and you're like, dur, 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 dur. The whole victim mentality thing as well. You've Seth Rogen out there now tweeting. Calling people white supremacists for going against certain groups. So now he's on Twitter and he's asking people, are you Jewish? And people are like, no, no, no. And he's like, okay, thank you. Are you Jewish? No, 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 no. I'm. Okay, now. Are you Jewish? You are not defined by your religious beliefs, your skin color, your nationality. You are an individual. Okay. Most of these people, Christians, Jewish people, Protestants, Catholics, fucking Muslims. That's just a label that they hide behind. Are you really living up to what your beliefs, what you think your beliefs are? Are you following the word of God? Are you doing your best for yourself, for your community? Are you really what you say you are? You know, just conservatives. What are you conserving? You know, Seth Rogen was pushing sodomy and sin and degeneracy on the public with his movies. You know, it's just a weed smoking sodomite showing sex and just, you know, movies like Sausage Party. You know, I was a security guard seeing kids trying to get into this movie. You know, oh, it's a cartoon. It's like, no, this is not for you. This shouldn't be for anybody. These people are pushing degeneracy and sin and then having a victim mentality because they get criticized. These people are raised by weak women, and the man is even weaker. I'm going to go check on my dogs because they're just out in a snowstorm at the moment, just howling. I'll be back. History is repeating itself again. And a certain group of people want to be victimized. It's just like a fucking BDSM party out there. Spank me, daddy. It's like, are you people just sick in the fucking head or something? You know, what are you getting out of being victims? What are you getting out of feeling bad all the time? Like, you feed off of negative energy. And it just has a fucking horrible effect on you. And your body has to process that. And then you just push out horribleness and filth. You're just like sin factories. Well, what do you get out of it? Because we know where that leads. We know where it went. It's trying to come around again. Like, it's like there's parallel universes, parallel time zones that are happening. You know, we're in 1918, Spanish flu, masks in 2020, 2021. But we're also in 1939 and 2021. So, lads, what's going on out there? You know, I look out my window and there's beautiful snow filling up the garden. Then I turn on my phone and everybody's like blah, 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 blah. I'm a 6-foot man who's cut my cock off and now I want to play with the girls. Huh? It's like the guy who got pussy trapped. He never wanted to have kids. He just wanted to lie on his back and smoke weed and drink and go out with the lads. And he had secret ambitions to be a fucking footballer, but he could never kick a ball straight. And then you see him in the park with his 5-year-old and he's taking it too seriously. And he puts his 5-year-old in goal and he's like commentating to himself. And here he is now, the ball, and it's a fucking goal! And the child is just crying. Because the guy is just like, bush! Hit the little child in the face. That's fucking... She has broken the world record in the women's weightlifting category. That's a bloke. You can't say that. I call it like I see it. I'm sorry, but where does this dysphoria come from? Do you know where it comes from? Right. When you have sex and you create life, that life form, that speck, is female for a little bit, and then it splits, the chromosome splits, and then it becomes, you know, either a choice, male or female. There is only two sexes, so male, female, you know, and you can't pick or choose. You are what you are. You know, just deal with it. You can't be one thing and then choose another thing and then say, hey, I'm a unicorn. And, you know, look at me, I'm a deer. Like there's an absolute moron out there that thinks they're a deer, you know. There's other people, you know. This is mental illness. Mental illness. And mental illness is just your brain's way of coping with trauma, right? So you have to break these things down. Take away all the barriers and all the distractions and break it down to its core. Homosexuality and dysphoria are trauma. It's mental illness. It's trauma. What? Then you have to ask what caused that trauma, and then you have to address that. You don't just pat it on the back and say, a doe, a deer, a female deer. No. You don't, you know, my baby is gay. No. You have to break things down to its core and address it. Come on, people. You have to ask, where is the agendas and the rhetoric coming from? Who's causing this division? Right? If you're into your Star Wars, right, you have Darth Vader, but he's not in control of the whole galaxy. There's a hidden shadow guy, Palpatine, and he's whispering in his ear, manipulating. So a lot of these agendas are being pushed: climate change, reproductive health, down to eugenics, by the Georgia Guidestones people. So you have to bring things back, take all the distractions out of the way and bring things back to its core and address it. You know, a lot of the behaviors out there are just sin. 7 deadly sins. Gluttony. Pride. You know, wrath. Sin. It's just sin. So you recognize those things and you try to behave accordingly. You say, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, yes. Oh. Take all the distractions out of the way. Take all the rhetoric. Take all the little bullet point things that they're pushing out there, and see where it's coming from. What is the source? You know, It's not coming from a certain group of religious people who are hiding behind a word. It's coming from a group of people that like to hold them in front of them as a human shield. People out there are using, children as a human shield. People are out there are using other people as human shields just to hide. What is the source? You got to think. Is anybody thinking out there? The whole mask debate. Are you a mask debater? Are you? Are you a mask debater? The whole thing is an agenda to lower the population. It's all an agenda to try and cancel out a group of people. The boomeroo. Because there's no more money in the system to give these people pension. There's a whole agenda to shame them. The new insult now is like, okay, boomer. Can you see? Can anybody see? Is anybody awake out there? Look at who they're trying to victimize. Ask why. People, ask questions. Think for yourself. Who are you? Ooh, 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 ooh. You're an individual. You are not. You're not defined by one word, one identity. Your identity is who you are. Who are you? Don't hide behind labels and I am this. This is who I am. No, that's not telling me anything about you. Stop taking offense for other people's ideas. What are your ideas? What are you thinking of? What are you creating? What do you want? What do you dream? Tell us about your aspirations. Don't hide behind labels and this is me. This is what I'm all about. Come on, you're better than this. You're better than this. Christians, Muslims, Jewish people, all the major religions in the world are made up of people. People are all made by God. We're all the same inside. We all have hearts, we all have minds, we all have blood running through our veins. We all have mothers, we have fathers. We were all children at one point. Stop being manipulated out there. Stop being a fucking cheerleader for a group of people that are against you. Politicians don't care about your well-being. They don't care about what you want. You have to grab life by the coattails, by the fucking collar. You have to earn. You have to be responsible for your words and your actions. You know? I have rights. I have privilege. No, you don't. All this bullshit of like all men are created equal. Yeah. You came out of a vagina and you are vulnerable. That's your equality. Now, learn to walk and get up and do something. You know? Truth is manipulated out there. You know? They push these rhetorics and there's elements of truth in them. And that's why they're so strong and all of the people out there that you're told to respect and idolize, you know, you're being given bad information. The Elon Musks, lone scum, you know, the Greta Thunbergs, the Al Gores, the, you know, Anthony Cuomo's, the BLMs, the Antifas, the, you know, the Mother Teresas, the Martin Luther Kings, the Helen Kellers, you know, Anne Franks. All these people are just poster children to just push agendas. It's all division and manipulation, and it's very sad to see. I don't like to see you people in pain. I feel your pain. I feel your torment. It's like there's a sea of people stuck in the mud, and they're all just reaching out for somebody to just pull them out. But as soon as you put their hand in your hand, they pull you in. You know, you have to save yourself. Sadly, you got to dig yourself out of that mud. Don't let yourself sink. There's a weakness out there. A celebration of weakness. You do hard work and you get natural endorphins, which make you feel good. But that also works in the opposite way. You bleat and cry and victimize yourself, and you also get a rush of endorphins from that. You know, social media has corrupted people. You know, fear. You know, shock. Horror. Just, oh my God. And it's manipulating your base. You know, man wants to provide and protect, and women want to care. You know, the Q movement. You know, I fucking get them. Tribe against tribe. It's nothing new is under the sun. It's all been done before. You know. Don't be manipulated. Don't be an easily led sheep. Who are you? What are you? Forget these labels out there. You know. I'm a supporter of, you know, I'm such and such a fan of such and such. Yeah. I identify as this is my brand. Yeah. It's all things to stick in front of you, so you can be free of responsibility and judgment. Oh, this cigarette has power over me. I'm weak. I'm weak. I'm addicted. I'm addicted. No, you're a dickhead. This is my choice to smoke. I'm choosing it. I'm choosing to smoke. And I'm choosing to smoke tomorrow. And the next day. And the next day. But I can choose differently. I can choose to say, nah, I'm sick of this. I don't want that anymore. And it's the same with every so-called addiction. It's not addiction, it's a choice. Choose better choices. Be stronger in mind and in heart and in body. Choose better. Don't just sit there in weakness. Hi, my name's Bob, and I'm an alcoholic. Hi, Bob! Alcoholics Anonymous. I just found out your name is Bob. How is it anonymous? Hey, Bob, you dropped your wallet. Hey, Bob, Jamarcus. You know. Ah! You people. You know, you're all holding out for a hero. You know, a bunch of Bonnie Tylers out there. Help me! Help! Donald Trump, help me! Joe Biden, help me! I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night. Why don't you be your own fucking hero? Hey, get the fuck out of here. When there's nobody to look up to, lie on the floor with a mirror above your head and look up at your fucking self and say, what next? Huh? Lie on the floor with a big mirror and just look up. Look up to yourself. You're in charge. You're the boss. Nobody has any control over you. You. You're in control of your own actions, your own behavior. God is watching you. And God doesn't like what he sees, I'm sure. I can't speak for God, but I think about him. I'm aware of him. I don't want God to be disappointed in me, and I don't want him to be disappointed in you. And I don't want you to go to a dark place in life and in death. I don't want us to fucking fail. I want us to be better people together. It's not fair what's happening, but nothing is new under the sun. This shit has happened a lot for a long time. But you can stop it by just being you. Accept yourself for everything you are, all of your flaws, everything that made you is you now. Everything they did to you is in the past, right? You're in control of your own actions, your own emotions, your own behavior, your own what you say. You know, even if they say you're not welcome here, you just move off to a different place. And then you're not welcome here. You just go off to a different place. You're you. Wherever you go with you. You have to live with yourself. So just be yourself. Fear God's judgment. Not your neighbour's judgment. Or the guy down the street. Or the woman in the store. Stop being weak. Stop being a coward. It's not attractive. Your children are suffering. Children are suffering. Each generation is getting weaker and weaker and weaker. And you're getting further and further and further away from God's love. You're choosing that. God still loves you. But you need to choose better choices. You need to be better. We've got a lot of work to do together. A lot of work.